Developing tonight, we continue to cover the sexual harassment allegations against Russell Salvatore at his Transit Road restaurant.
Salvatore is accused of grabbing a female bartender's hand and placing it below his waist. 2 on your side's Nate Benson has been following this story since it broke and has more for us on that tonight. Nate?
Yeah, Scott and Mary Alice, tonight we're hearing from the attorney representing the woman who alleges sexual harassment by Salvatore. In the 20-page lawsuit, the woman accusing Salvatore of sexual harassment says the inappropriate comments began as soon as she was hired in 2015 at Russell Steaks, Chops and More on Transit Road. If there were several years worth of that inappropriate behavior, why bring this lawsuit forward now?
Well, you have to understand the culture of what happens to somebody who's been sexually harassed.
Attorney Lindy Korn is representing the woman who filed the lawsuit.
The first response is fear. And then the second response is trying to get the courage to complain. And then when you get punished for complaining, some people shut up forever and they get sick, and many of them are terminated.
Korn says her client made a good living as a bartender at the steakhouse, but as she witnessed alleged behavior and incidents accelerate over time, she felt she had to come forward and file the lawsuit.
This whole picture cannot be dissected. Context is important, and it must be looked at as a whole.
Salvatore issued a response to 2 on Your Side on Wednesday. It said in part, "I cannot believe that someone can, after working 9 years making full-time money for part-time work, quit a great job, then come back 2 months later and make such allegations against her employer." Salvatore went on to say this was an extortion attempt, a response Lindy Korn says she expected.
You know, the discovery will be very important, and that is when people's credibility gets tested.
Salvatore said he had no other comment, but his 2-page statement to WGRZ also highlighted his decades of philanthropic work, including the Diocese of Buffalo, Shays Performing Arts, Oshai Children's Hospital, as well as buying Bills tickets so games wouldn't be blacked out on TV.
I do acknowledge that he has a reputation of giving to the Western New York community, and that really has nothing to do with this case.
The next phase of this case would be a formal response from attorneys representing Salvatore and the manager named in the lawsuit. On Your Side, Nate Benson, Channel 2 News.
Nate.